You're listening to the Coconut Avenue Radio and Podcast Network.
Welcome to Out There on the Edge of Everything, the show that examines, helps you understand, and effectively deal with the interesting edges of life. Broadcasting now from the virtual C344 studios overlooking the edge of Coconut Avenue is your host, award-winning and best-selling author, Dr. Stephen Lesovich.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Lesovich, out there on the edge of everything. This episode is entitled, Walking Backwards to Move Forward in Your Life. Moving forward in your life sometimes requires you to literally walk backwards. Walking backwards may actually improve the way your brain functions. According to Harvard Medical School, a study published in the January 2019 issue of Cognition found that people who actually walked backwards, imagined they were walking backwards, or even watched a video simulating backward motion, had a better recall of past events than those who walked forward or sat still. Why? One theory from Harvard psychologists is that it is possible that people associate going backwards with the past, and this somehow triggers a memory response. Another theory is that walking backwards sharpens the senses and improves your thinking skills. When you walk backwards, you have to pay closer attention to what you are doing, which flexes your muscles in a different way, improves body consciousness, improves your vision, and creates new neural pathways in your brain. Psychologists have developed a method called cognitive interviewing that helps people recall details of a recent event by metaphorically walking a person through an event forward and backwards. So it's possible that literally walking backward may mimic something similar in the brain. In a Psychology Today article, the author indicated, we often picture ourselves traveling along a timeline, a linear path, with the future extending in front of us and the past stretching out behind us. We look forward to the future and back to the past. You need to think backwards along your own timeline. Thinking backwards is called the mnemonic time travel effect and helps to improve your memory and functions within your brain. Now, on my blog post on slesovich.com, I have links to all of these articles and studies. However, did you know your journey through life on your own soul path is actually an upward spiral-shaped path and not a linear path? It is similar to a path followed by walking up a spiral staircase. As you follow your spiral soul path upwards, you often revisit or walk backwards to a same or similar situation. However, you actually do so from a higher vantage point from which you can observe your life challenges with a greater clarity, even after walking backwards. I recently wrote a blog post and a podcast entitled Evolutions and Not Revolutions on this topic. It is the physical motion of walking backwards that causes these positive changes in your brain. Walking backwards on a regular basis can also physically improve your range of motion and reduce the possibilities of injuries. To start off the new year in 2022, I interviewed fitness expert and celebrity trainer Mr. David Mariani of Basketball.biology. David is a strength and conditioning coach for the Athletic Truth Group, ATG. ATG's training philosophy is in part knees over toes. The knees over toes philosophy was developed by Ben Patrick and is based on the philosophy that training the knees through a full range of motion can improve performance and reduce the risk of injuries for anyone engaging in athletic activities. One of David's training techniques for improving the performance of athletes and reducing their injuries with knees over toes is walking, then eventually running backwards. Walking backwards is well known for reducing the strain on your knees, and it is also one of the few natural ways to strengthen the quadriceps. It is also useful if you are recovering from hamstring strain because of a reduced hip range of motion. So how can you use the technique of physically walking backwards to move forward in your life? Consider these three things. Number one, when you are facing challenges in your life, begin by physically walking backwards and consciously thinking about all of the factors associated with your challenge. Where are the factors of your challenges anchored in time? Number two, tune into and be aware of what's going on physically physically in your body and simultaneously in your conscious thoughts when you're walking backward? What memories, feelings, emotions, etc. are being triggered? What feels different physically? Number 3, what insights are you receiving as you are walking backwards? Acknowledge and record your insights as they occur. How are these insights now allowing you to find and follow an appropriate path to consciously move forward in your life away from your challenges? Walking backwards when you are facing challenges in your life not only allows you to improve the way your brain functions and move forward, but also allows you to physically reduce the risk of injuries and create a positive impact in your life. I am walking backwards on a regular basis to improve my brain. How about you? Till next time, I'm Dr. Stephen Lesevich, out there on the edge of everything.
You have been listening to Out There on the Edge of Everything, the show that examines, helps you understand, and effectively deal with the interesting edges of life. For more information on your host, Dr. Stephen Lesevich, please visit slesevich.com. For more information on prior and future shows, please visit coconutavenueradio.net.
This is the Coconut Avenue Radio and Podcast Network.